Hi there, Mysterious Jackson here from the Mysterious Show here. What I would like to talk about today is the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot game, or for fan service, The Legacy of Kakarot, the reboot. Well, although this is a great game and I love it and everything, I do tend to see the problems that this game withholds. I don't consider it to be an identity crisis, as some people are calling it, and I do tend to see where a lot of people are having a lot of issues with it. Although it pays well attention to the fans and tries to follow its lore to almost 99 complete accuracy, it's not completely 100% accuracy, although I understand it. Because though I understand what it's trying to be an open world sort of thing. And they try to pay tribute to the fans and answer some questions. And then it's like, okay, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it relatable to the show and the characters and how they're obsessed with, getting stronger by training. And not to mention the people that made Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm are the lead producers on this. So they have a lot of influence on this. Like they tried to, because you see it, they did it with Naruto, and they did it with a bunch of other games that they've done. Preferably the Naruto series and other fighting games they got coming out in the future. But I do understand some of the parts of the story aren't completely accurate, like when Vegeta talks to Gohan on Planet Namek, he totally forgot to punch him. Some people think they thought that scene was too violent, so that's why they had to take it out. It's not like he kicked him in the dick or not. It's not like he kicked him in the balls. He punched him in the stomach. He gut checked him. But I like how they try to answer questions like with the side quest on what happened to Launch. And I like how Kakarot, even though he's a nice guy, he's like, hey, what the hell is this? Like, he's not putting up with anybody's bullshit in the game. And I also like when Kakarot sacrificed himself for the Cell Saga and he died. Gohan stood up to Chi-Chi. She's like, Gohan, you seem to really love that outfit, but it's time for you to change it. Well, he's like, well, Mom, it's my best way of paying tribute to Dad and Mr. Piccolo. He's like, I understand what's your life and your decision, but just so long as you make time for your studies. And I also like the fact that he fights for cheating. He's like, I know I'm Dad's, next in line to be his predecessor, and you were his greatest rival. But Vegeta, can you train me to see if I can take Dad's place and hold up to your expectations? And I'm like, wow, that never happened in the story, but it makes sense. And there's a lot of things that this game has to offer, like a lot of side quests. But what I don't like is the constant enemy rinse and repeats. But I get it. It's a little something to keep you not entertained, because this game does have a lot to offer now. But let's I'm not looking at this game with rose-colored glasses, and I'm not afraid to talk about the elephant in the room.
Honey, are you feeling all this? Whoa, man, I am centered. I am one with the universe. I am so.
Did I mention that Tai Chi is both ancient and silent?
And then it's like, okay, I see where they're going. And like, they're even throwing Yamcha a bone.
Oh, yeah.
Even though he's like considered like the lamest and weakest character in all the anime, as far as Dragon Ball goes. Like I don't consider him a loser. It's just he got a little arrogant. He got a little arrogant, and he got a little ahead of himself because he thought he was the man. Rightfully so, because in the beginning of that fight, he was whooping the 7-man's ass, but he let his guard down because he thought nobody could beat him. He thought nobody could beat him, so like when the 7-man beat him, he was like, and then he lost to a 7-man that was weaker than Raditz, the same level as Kakarot's brother, the weakling, 1200. Come on, Yamcha, you was kicking ass way better than that in Dragon Ball. Hell, you gave Kakarot a run for his money when he was a kid. Come on, Yamcha. Like, the problem I have with it, like when they made it like an open world, but like when they talk, they don't always voice their lines when they're talking. They'll say like one word like sure or actually or aww. But the text will say something totally different. Like, I would just wish they had more time to voice the lines and not just on the cutscenes. And I like the fact that, you know, Android 16 and Gohan have a little mission together, and it makes him bond with Gohan when he dies. So when he dies, that scene makes more sense, and not just what 16 was saying in the anime, or not when the song came on. That filler episode that they got for the game, it makes sense for the actual episode itself when 16 is killed by Cell. So this game does have a lot of good setups for the story, and I understand why Chris Aries isn't always, you know, Frieza, because people do have a lot of problem with that. But when Chris Aries cannot do it, they got somebody named Damon Mills as Frieza. Although I do like when Chris Aries voices Frieza, and because like he makes perfect sense for Frieza, and like I started liking him for the games because in the anime, I had to warm up to him, and I wasn't just, you know, just because I was a fan of Linda. Like, I was a fan of her, but at one point, I'm like, they're overdoing it with Chris Aries. But looking back on it now, when I played, you know, Dragon Ball Rage and Blast and Xenoverse 1 and 2, I love him as Frieza. And the fact you gotta throw the man a bone. He's not always at 100%. His body is up and down with the sickness. So there's gonna be a lot of times where Demon Mills is gonna do it. So for those who get mad and say, you know, Damon Mills sucks, bring Chris Aries back. Chris Aries never left. It's just Chris Aries is taking time to recover. And I respect the man for that, because like, we don't want him at his worst voice and freezing, then he loses his voice and then it don't sound like a great job like we expect him to, then it sounds like shit. No, we don't need that. What we need for him to do is get well. My prayers and thoughts are with him and his family. And he get healthy and trained for them 6 or 7 months instead of 4 months. And then he'll be nice and golden again. Pun intended, Chris Aries, for your Frieza character. But you gotta understand, Chris Aries is a great talent.
So glad the exercise nightmare is over.
I wish Colleen Clinkenberry would focus on her Gohan a little bit better and lose the raspiness and make him a little more softer spoken. And then when he's angry, make him angry and sound like a boy. Like that's my only gripe I have with Colleen voicing Gohan. And I do like the fact that, you know, they got Meredith McCoy as 18 and Launch. Like, it's a fun game. And like they got the actual music from the original series from the 80s and 90s. And like they got some fun moments. I love reliving some of the great moments of the anime in a definitive way. Had this more had time to develop and it focused on it more, it could have been like the greatest game. And I feel like, you know, this game is gonna win some awards. It's not gonna probably win every award because there's got some problems I need to develop. But you know, you live and you learn, and this will be a good game. For those, if you really love Dragon Ball Z like I do, or the Dragon Ball series in general, in period, I'd suggest you give this game a try. You won't be disappointed. They got something for everybody. Well, this has been my thoughts on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, aka the Legacy Goku, the reboot. Until we meet again, guys. Yeah! Thought I had a little fun with that. Until we meet again, you guys. Bye for now.